Hemp Boca. Products of purest natural ingredients and providing a safe alternative method for relief from many symptoms, creating a healthier lifestyle without the use of opioids. Use Hemp Boca products for improved mental health and overall well-being. It's safe, legal, and non-psychoactive. Our pure and high-quality CBD is from clean industrial hemp, then extracted slowly over days to produce the strongest and most effective products on the market, made in the U.S. with no synthetic ingredients. Committed to bringing our customers the highest grade CBD oil on the market. Our industrial hemp, it's organic with no solvents and pesticides, gluten-free, vegan, full spectrum, and third-party double lab tested. Our top priority is your health and wellness, and we are confident you will love our products and the amazing relief so you can enjoy the things you love to do. Try our products and start living a healthier lifestyle. Hemp Boca. Good health and good sense are two of life's greatest blessings.
One of the key principles we like to teach our members at Phil's Stock World is be the house, not the gambler. Stand around a casino, and every day you'll see thousands of people walk through the doors and play various games of skill and chance, and yet none of them are likely to ever be as rich as the person who owns the casino. That, over the long run, the odds are always in his favor. This is not gambling, it's a mathematical fact. How would you like us to teach you how to use this simple mathematical concept to turn investing from gambling into earning by teaching you to be the house? This is the key to learning how to be a true investor in the stock market and not just a hapless trader of stocks. Or, to sum it all up, we'll teach you to be the house and not the gambler.
Experian Travel, a subsidiary of Cruise Planners Travel Advisor, is merely a selling agency and makes no warranty expressed or implied. Each Cruise Planners is individually owned and operated. Experian Travels and Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and a very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. Our travel advisors will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. We specialize in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation just for you.
The views and opinions expressed on the Hemp Boca Show are those and the guests and audience, and are not those of the host, this station, media platforms, its management. The Hemp Boca Show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Any information related to CBD products providing during the show are not intended to treat, diagnose, prevent, or cure, or make any medical claims. Before using CBD, Gene and Chris recommend you seek advice from a medical professional. Keep all CBD products away from children. Women who are pregnant, trying, or breastfeeding should not use CBD or hemp products unless instructed by your medical doctor. Hemp Boca's products are made in the USA from an FDA-registered facility that also carries the GMP, Good Manufacturing Practices, Organic, and ISO, International Standards Organization certificates. To access lab reports, visit www.hempboca.com. You must be 18 years or older to purchase product from Hemp Boca. Hi everybody, welcome to the Hemp Boca Show. We are here live in Delray Beach, Florida. We usually say it's a nice, sunny, wonderful day, but it's been raining tremendously today. I woke up to thinking that there was a tropical storm, like in the beginning of it.
The past couple days it's been kind of nasty.
Oh yeah. No. Well, but you know what? We're still
People
fortunate.
in Florida complaining about the
We're still
weather.
fortunate.
Yeah.
No kidding. I don't care about. Thank
Most
God.
of the country's like, oh.
The way people drive today in rain. Can you imagine if we had snow here?
No, I can't.
It's like,
They wouldn't be able to drive.
there'd be so many on the side of the road just waiting until the snowstorm stops.
Absolutely. Yep.
But no, I first want to do a just kind of a shout out to Jean. We miss her. She's in Thailand working in business. I've been communicating with her on a daily basis, and so just wanted to say hi. I know you're spending a little time with your family, and enjoy yourselves, and make sure you take care of yourself. I know you're working really hard, so we appreciate it.
And have fun. Make sure you have fun.
Yeah. And if you want to learn about the Hemp Boca products, you can go to hempboca.com. And on there has a lot of education. I've actually updated quite a bit of it in the last few days. We also have the link at the top for the Bahama Relief Fund, who actually was created by Dr. Bouger, who's here today. We really appreciate what you're doing for Bahamas. That link is staying up there for whenever, ever. So just want to, we always mention you, always thank you, and that you're here today so we can get to personally appreciate what you're doing for the Bahamas.
Beautiful, thank you.
So you will, welcome. And it's great because no matter where you go now, no matter what business you walk into, from a hair salon to Walmart or Publix, there are donation signs, from monetarily or toy or clothing. So I think it's great to see that how everybody's coming together, in other countries too, coming together to help the Bahamas.
Definitely.
So we appreciate it.
It is a good thing.
And Phil, thanks for being here. Phil is from Phil Stockworld, also a partner in Hempoka. We appreciate you being here. And Mr. Ryan, Chum Slick Advantage.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for being here today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
As well.
It's a pleasure. It's always a
In
pleasure.
a full house. But I'd like to start with Dr. Bouger and Jesse, because you guys, you're here once a month, and I know one of the topics that have been out in the news is about vaping. And I wanted your take on what you think, what's really happening with vaping. We touched on it last week. There were some updates that happened to this morning. Unfortunately, it's, sad updates, but also the number of states that are now banning the sales of vaping products. And Massachusetts has been in the news for that. And there were a lot of, obviously, people who are owners of vape stores are just outraged.
Yeah.
Because
As they should be. Why, you feel it's unjust?
I have multiple opinions on it. Jesse's my research hound, so
Yeah.
she looks at everything. She gets the data for us when we
Yeah.
come here. But right off the bat, I'll say that she'll give you the numbers. There's been, and not to minimize it, but 26 people have died from vaping, which is obviously their family and people involved in that. That's a tragic situation. But let's compare the numbers with all of the other things. So in the grand scheme of things, how many people die a day from cigarettes, but nobody's
Right.
doing anything about the cigarettes. So in my opinion, it's another attempt, because CBD is a wonderful product that the drug companies want to subdue. It's just another avenue for them to jump right off the bat without any really documented research to support what's going on to stop that.
See, I don't see the vaping, we talked about this last week, I don't see the vaping tied in really to CBD though.
Well,
That's probably the least used method of ingesting CBD.
well, you have both. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
whole thing. I understand. So
But-
that's a product.
Yeah, it's a big thing for the marijuana industry, though. It's a big delivery
course.
system. But again, it's only because vaping became popular at the same time marijuana became legalized, and the trends sort of converged,
Yeah.
and the people who produced the legal marijuana started producing the stuff for vaping. They didn't know that the vaping was bad for you. They just
course.
were like, well, people like vaping, so here's a vaping cartridge of marijuana in it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to really hurt the marijuana industry. I think a lot of the marijuana stocks are being sold to crap because people are worried about that. I think people are going to just have their marijuana a different way than vaping it.
Sure.
And CBD, I don't think could care less as an industry. We don't even have vaping products, do we?
Right. I know.
No.
I knew that you
No.
didn't.
No.
It's
But
not
I
even-
believe-
it's not even a thing we've discussed because it wasn't a big enough
Right.
market share that anybody asked us about it.
But I believe the CBD industry, as far as sales, will have an increase. Because I think over time, people are going to be fearful or start questioning about vaping products altogether and switch to an alternative. And that alternative closest to vaping would be a CBD product.
Right.
And I do see that. But I want to touch on what you said. When I was reading these articles about now the politicians getting involved and started industry bannings,
Right.
so I'm not a big fan of Big Pharma, respectfully,
Obviously,
but
as
But
same
I'm-
with me.
yeah, but my thought process right off, it's just my opinion, that any chance Big Pharma or anyone who has a hands in Big Pharma can get, has an opportunity, any bad publicity comes out with vaping or CBD, they're going to jump all over it. And they're pushing this so fast.
Right,
They're
we're gonna happen
already
quick.
banning.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't. How long did
It
it
is
take them to start
fast.
cigarettes? When people started realizing that the cigarette companies did leave out important information about how you can create cancer, and all these people are dying, all these lawsuits, multi-billion-dollar lawsuits. So it's like, okay, are they jumping on board that fast because they don't want another tobacco incident, or is it that the big farmers are like, we want to take advantage of these, of these stories and
It's like an easy
instead-
victim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
massive.
I already know Walmart is thinking about producing CBD. They're taking out video games and putting in CBD. So, I mean, if Walmart's willing to pick up on CBD, then that's a big thing. I think that's why they're moving so fast. Is the bigger corporations that have been here longer and have a lot more
But
money?
you know what?
They're willing to squish the little guys.
But just they take advantage. They're using their name to sell that product because Walmart focuses on a certain demographics of income, and you start putting products in there that you're going to take that are priced very low. Then that equates to what really quality of oil or what quality of CBD
right.
product that you're going to buy. So those things don't even intimidate,
No, we talked about that before.
And they
Yeah.
shouldn't, because
Definitely.
just
Do
like
you agree with that? I mean,
listen,
it's
you can go and buy CBD at the gas station.
but you
you
got to
get
question the
quality
quality. I don't think Walmart's going to do well. It may in the beginning.
Maybe in the
Maybe,
beginning.
just like any new product, but I don't think in the long run they're going to do well.
Introduce it to another section of the market, which
Yeah.
is not a bad thing. I mean, look, Walmart's not your go-to place for. Walmart is not. They've got various levels of stuff, but mostly in the lower end, and they don't generally have. I know from my girls, the way they shop, they don't actually go to Walmart. They go to Target, but they think Walmart is below.
Target.
But there are some
Walmart's
things
not.
in Walmart that are good.
No, I
priced
know, but
very
I'm
well.
just saying,
Yeah.
my kids,
but-
my kids, which is where you live up in Jersey, is, pretty much middle class. I mean, probably, it's a mixed lower, middle, and uppers. Nobody's
Right.
really poor, nobody's really rich. They tend to, them and their friends will go to Target. They really don't go to Walmart. The Walmart's for people from the other side of the town than the other towns. That's just not a place they go. And Target, though, is like, the way they shop there is they'll buy the things they use in bulk that are worth saving money on. They go to Target, but they still go to that Sephora or whatever to buy their top-notch beauty products. And I think that's not a bad thing for the CBD industry, that this is going to create a base market like that. Like, in other words, like my girls never would have gotten so into makeup if they couldn't go to Target and buy all kinds of stuff and try it out
Right,
cheap or
right.
whatever. They wouldn't have transitioned to Sephora had it not been for the plentiful supplies of cheap makeup, and then somebody says, "Oh, you know what's really good? Get this instead."
Yeah.
So
That's
I think
true.
that you don't want to. There's going to be a level of stuff, and obviously it's not going to be the same quality. Nobody thinks it is. Nobody thinks that the stuff in Walmart is the same quality as the stuff that we're going to be selling, or other people are going to sell on the higher end. But it's going to fill a need in the market, or a desire in the market.
And just with the vaping and stuff, like I think there's probably more people that have died like eating Tide Pods.
You could come up
Probably.
with many
You don't think so?
situations
It's
like that.
it's just a very
Absolutely.
easy target.
Okay.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what you're
Yeah.
alluding to, and that's what
There's-
I was going to expand
Right.
upon.
Yeah.
That anything like that, why was it so fast
Well,
to happen?
I'd like
jump
to know
on
what
that?
facts you found out, but I mean, what I heard is
What about the vaping?
what I heard is
Yeah.
there's 1,000 people with lung damage.
Right.
And that's not nothing, and it's a product safety issue, obviously. And what you don't want, if you're a lawmaker who cares about such things, you can't beat tobacco. They have infinite amounts of money because they're an entrenched product
Right.
with a cash flow that allows them to fight you all the way up to the Supreme Court. So you can't even pass a law against tobacco because they'll come back at you with lawyers forever. It never stops.
Right, but an unregulated.
But a brand new
environment
industry,
like vaping.
kind of what they call nip it in the bud, right? You don't want to let vaping become the next tobacco and become a powerful
How
industry
is
that
that?
doesn't allow you to regulate them.
Right. Like, how is that even right?
What?
For them to be able to do that? Cigarettes clearly kill more people.
But they lost that
than
fight.
vaping.
We lost.
It's the
over.
lobbyists.
No,
You
I
can
can't
lobbyists
fight
and the
standards.
money.
We're just trying to
from
take
like
on
an
the tobacco
ethical,
industry.
from an ethical standpoint.
As a country, we
Like
made a
this.
huge effort to take on tobacco.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
There are commercials-
We lost.
Yeah.
They paid a fine, and now they're still killing
I
everybody.
mean, there are commercials out there that are literally telling you not to buy cigarettes. This was part of the lawsuits that they had to create commercials against themselves to deter. But It's just on the. It's not going to do
You
anything.
see them all over YouTube.
But
YouTube.
Yeah.
Like in real
Well,
life,
that
yeah.
age group
But I wanna
is
hear-
watching YouTube.
Yeah,
They're
I want to hear
not
what
watching
Dr.
TV.
Boucher has to say about where we're.
Well, I mean,
mean-
listen, there's multiple opinions on it. In general, I mean, I don't smoke, so I think it's a silly thing. But a lot of the kids these days, they picked up on that vaping like it was a toy.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, a
vaping
lot
in
of it is
school
the
and they're doing
flavor.
all the things they do.
Because it was sold to them as not smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not harmful. And
Right.
it turns out it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And that
Some
is
of
an
the same
active-
chemicals
yes.
in smoking or cigarettes are in vaping
But
products
Phil
too.
brought up something last week too, and the week before that I wasn't aware of that. I ultimately read about it. It's not so much what they were smoking, the
vegetable
chemicals that are in there,
poly-
deadly chemicals in
Most-
some companies,
Very much vitamin E. Yeah.
particles
Yeah, vitamin E.
of the e-cigarettes themselves, the metal particles were melting and disintegrating and becoming a liquid and going into your lungs.
Right.
And so when they were doing blood tests, they were finding
Lead,
toxins.
nickel.
There was a doctor that wrote an article over the weekend about how he personally took a group of people, different age groups, and the toxology report came back equivalent to someone that had Agent Orange from the military on some of his testing. You know, that was, I was just fascinated. I was floored by what they were finding. And it was so it's a combination, not only of the oil, but particles of the machinery that they're using that are melting down,
Yeah.
you know, over time.
I mean,
How
a lot
much
of
are they
a lot of
smoking?
vapors mess with their vaporizers too. You don't just take it from the manufacturer. You put pieces together and make a vaporizer. What's going on now? The CDC has found that most of the products that these people have bought that have passed were 80% off the black market. So that goes back to what we've talked about before. If you're going to go into the quality, you know, if you're going to go into the gas station or off the black market, you risk that.
Yeah.
Rather than going and seeing a doctor and actually talking about what's going on.
So we had a first lawsuit against Juul company, sued by school districts, and they say that the lawsuit accused Juul of endangering students and forcing educators to divert time and money to fight an epidemic of nicotine addiction, among teenagers. So now they're just trying to point fingers and anything that they feel, you know, that.
I mean, I think that happens all the time, and part of the
Oh, of course.
responsibility that we always have to go back to, we had, you know, a mother buy her son the vaporizer. He's probably 13, 14 years old, and he's vaping. You know what I mean? She bought it. She gave it to him.
Well, that's
So I mean, that's
always
just
crazy.
You know,
you're always going to have that, but people are going to get access to what the point you're getting to. People will get access to what they're going to do, and they're going to do it. So how do you blame the company that produced it?
yeah.
Well,
in
I'm
some
a little
aspect.
fuzzy about how things get sold in this country that are not FDA approved, that are going into people's bodies.
Because a lot of
A
the
lot of the
Understand.
vitamins.
They
they
aren't
get stuff
either.
overseas.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can
No,
go
but that
to
doesn't
yeah.
matter. It
No,
shouldn't
but
be allowed
it's
to
how
be
they're
sold here.
categorized.
Where is the? What's the point of the FDA if you can pick up something at a gas station that came straight off a boat from China without anybody even checking to see what's in it?
It says right on the packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like not for human consumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
does.
see the Midwest gonna we'll probably get more activity out of the Midwest, because in the Midwest and in some other states, you know, when it's very country, very rural, there's not much to do, right? Activities except to party, to drink, to smoke and stuff. There is a trend there.
Oh yeah.
There is.
I'm from Minnesota. I can tell you that.
It's serious.
Wintertime. What do you do?
I
Yeah.
spend time in Maine. My father's still there. What have you? And in Maine, there's more wild animals than there are people.
Right.
But there's, what do you do on a weekend? You go to a little small bar. There's only one every 20 miles in certain areas, and then there's nothing but woods where you go have bar fires and smoking e-cigarettes and joints and this and that. So
Chew.
if you
know,
take a
I'll
note,
show you
Bath
Things like
salts
that.
too. Bath salts, huge.
It's
name.
weird stuff.
yeah, if you take note of a lot of
Honest to
those,
God,
Bath salts
yeah.
is a fertilizer. You can go. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, you can pick it up
Yeah,
quite easily.
in a beauty store.
But
Yeah.
all right, so we're going to go to our first break. This is great discussion. We have a few other things I want to talk about as far as great timing for the House to pass. The banking industry. You know, we still has to go to the Senate though. But it's the Hemp Boca Show live from Delray Beach. We'll be right back.
One of the key principles we like to teach our members at Phil's Stock World is be the house, not the gambler. Stand around a casino, and every day you'll see thousands of people walk through the doors and play various games of skill and chance, and yet none of them are likely to ever be as rich as the person who owns the casino. That, over the long run, the odds are always in his favor. This is not gambling, it's a mathematical fact. How would you like us to teach you how to use this simple mathematical concept to turn investing from gambling into earning by teaching you to be the house? This is the key to learning how to be a true investor in the stock market and not just a hapless trader of stocks. Or, to sum it all up, we'll teach you to be the house and not the gambler.
Experian Travel, a subsidiary of Cruise Planners Travel Advisor, is merely a selling agency and makes no warranty expressed or implied. Each Cruise Planners is individually owned and operated. Experian Travels and Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and a very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. Our travel advisors will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. We specialize in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation just for you.
Welcome back to the Hemboka Show, live in Delray Beach, Florida. We have a full panel here. We were talking about the incidences that are happening on a daily basis in vaping. Unfortunately, one of the news stations today mentioned that the youngest teen in the Bronx just passed away from vaping.
How old was he?
No age,
Very sad.
no name yet, but it really is unfortunate, and we hope that whoever's in the doctors and that are out there keep funneling this information. As far as awareness, bringing everybody awareness of what to, the thing that with CBD and what Gene and I try to do all the time is bring awareness, or how do you shop for CBD products, and it changes and what to look for. It's unfortunate that even now you don't find articles where what to look for and when you want to buy vaping products. And we're coming into a different era now, different industry. You don't hear about how to buy cigarettes back in the day, but it's just, I think, because there's so many changes in what these products can do. The potential is a great thing, especially CBD products, and really helping people. You use CBD products that you practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how is that going? As far as feedback from patients, different types, different reasons of why you use CBD. I know you do kind of a survey. You screen patients for it.
We do a survey for those that do want to answer, but I carry anything from pet CBD to the flower for CBD. So it goes in a wide range. It all depends on how you as a person can use the flower or the plant. How
We're
you
kind
process
of evaluate everything and push you down that right road, and a lot of times it's a combination.
Yeah.
A topical and an edible or whatever it is based on your condition, what we're looking at you for. And then we'll kind of, make a determination on that and push you to Jesse.
Yeah.
And Jesse will show you all the products and put you down that path.
And folks, this is Dr. Bouget from Bouget Center of Chiropractor and Alternative Medicine, 9033 Glades Road, Sweet Sea, Boca Raton, Florida. Unbelievable people there. They're all so sweet and nice. If you already work, with a chiropractor or looking for one, consider going to Dr. Bouget's office. Jesse's here. She is like his right hand and left hand.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Basically.
She's one
It's
of
so
them.
true.
Absolutely.
I think if Jesse took a vacation, Dr. Bouget was like,
Not allowed.
where
You're
is...
not allowed to go.
Wait, where is everything?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to go.
Where are my patients?
Yeah.
We're told
Where
we're
is
not allowed to go.
I need one of them at all times.
So,
And I think too, in the industry, it's such a kind of a new industry, and people are basing their decisions off of other people's experiences.
yeah.
So what we've done in social, Chris and I were talking about it last night,
Yes.
is include a story highlight of, and we're calling it Testimonial Tuesday. So every Tuesday we're going to include a testimonial on the Instagram page, and that'll be as in the form of a highlight, which when you go right on the front page, you'll see it testimonial.
Right.
And so you'll be able to go through as this thing builds. We're going to do video testimonials. We're going to have obviously the written ones, and it's going to be geared towards a very specific product.
Yeah.
And then we even kind of talked about kind of a refocusing campaign for the people that have found success, and retarget them, and maybe just ask them like, hey, who do you know that might benefit from the massage oil the same way you did.
Right.
And so like
No, I appreciate that. And thank you, Dr. Bougie and Jesse, for giving us a chance and trusting us in carrying out products at your practice. We really appreciate it very much.
Do you guys see a trend of any particular thing that you're finding it's very effective to use the CBD products?
She deals more with it, but I would tell you just from my perspective, because I kind of, deal with the patient and push them off so she can put them down the right path. But gummies, people like the gummies.
No, I don't mean liking. I mean, is there any particular sort of ailment that where you see like that really helps in this particular thing?
Absolutely. So I'm a chiropractor. So most things are musculoskeletal. So someone's coming because of pain. So is it a car accident? Is it a slip and fall? A sports injury? Whatever it may be, we find that that's what we like to do is use a combination of an edible and a topical, and that helps with that. So to answer your question is aches and pains. Musculoskeletal.
Right.
Accidents we get a lot of older people, joints hurt. They try something different. Her dad had knee surgery. We've discussed before. Okay? Fantastic after the fact. We had to put him through it. He started taking that stuff. He's one of our testimonials. Good stuff.
Hey, Doc.
So you never know what's going to work until you try it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, please. I cannot tell you how many testimonials we are getting with the massage oil alone. Just on what you are talking about. We literally every week, we've been averaging at least 2 to 4 testimonials of recurring customers or new customers or questioning. We get a phone call, a question, or an inquiry through email. We had just most recently had received a text message about a 75-year-old woman in Texas that was using painkillers for her lower back pain. And a friend of ours, who I'm going to actually mention a little bit, gave her one of our massage oils. And she replied back within a couple hours of just use for that day, saying that this is the only product, it's the best product I've ever used. And we've got that quote. We got a testimonial coming from her. But these are the stories we're getting with just this simple product, but it's so effective. We're helping people with migraines, inflammation, arthritis, pain, and it's unbelievable. So we're really pushing this hard. That's why, I met with Ryan last night. Thank you, by the way, for the appetizers. It was very nice of you. But we were discussing and strategizing the massage oil and the body butter because we really want to get our testimonials out. And they're true organic testimonials. These are videos we've got a legal form in place that we send out. They fill them out, sign, so he gives us permission to put it up on our website. And in some cases, they're willing to even come forward, and we're going to try and get them on the show. But it's amazing with just this one product.
We've got the same thing as well, and then people who have a preference. So some people, I like oil, but oil's going to get on your clothes. So some people like the body butter. So there's a preference, just like any consumer on what they like. But we've got the same thing where we've had people that come in initially, and we give out samples. So we make little samples of everything, and you get a welcome bag from me when you come in, so you get to try all the different things. So then that's your opportunity to try it out, a bunch of different things, and see what works for you, and come in and say, I really like this one, and then we sell you the larger product. And then usually that's when people notice right away sometimes.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right away sometimes, the next time they come and see me.
If anyone's interested in the massage oil and our products, always during the show we have a 10% discount on everything on our website. You just type in the word wellness. Fits pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It does.
Gotta thank Jean for that one. She came up with that. But
and then with the new packaging, the see-through bottle, the gold caps, it's something that sort of stands out.
Yeah, we changed our. We had to go through a wave of changing our labels. We have new labels coming out with the shampoo and conditioner. It's a different line. Creating a different line, but because of the regulations and this, the new warning statements and stuff, we just, we're going through them, and so we're happy to do that, keep up to date with the labeling, because that's very important to consumers, making sure there's no mislabeling going on. But I want to touch real quick on, we are still in the process of scheduling Kevin Harrington he's one of the original Shark Tank members. We have met with him about a month or so ago. And we know that him and his wife are using a massage oil, so we're hoping to get, we're going to discuss that. But we are just communicating with his agent today, and so we're looking to try to get in November. If not November, it'll be definitely after the holidays because of the holiday schedule and stuff. But so we're working on that.
And they even found success with it, right?
So, well, we don't know. I mean, we don't know. I haven't really talked to them about that yet, but I'd like to ask him in person, when he's here on the show to see, what their experiences are.
I mean, that'd be a full product endorsement.
So.
Right?
Yep.
But yeah, and to follow us on Instagram, thanks to Ryan and Andrea. She's off camera, but she's going to come on in the second half from ChumSlickAdvantage.com. They're helping.
The Instagram page, it's Balance Me.
Yeah.
At Balance Me, BALENZ, right? ENZME. Yep.
And then on Facebook with Hempoka page as well. So, and thanks to you for really growing our Instagram page. I mean,
it's like hand in hand when we see an industry that is kind of like flourishing, and to have alignment with that, it's really our pleasure. And we can't thank you enough to have us a part of it.
Yeah, thank you.
We may need you for us on that.
Let's get
fantastic.
started.
These two are an amazing team. Both of them. They're you guys communicate well. You're always available.
Yeah, thank you.
Very professional. They'll create these nice ads for you. Real unbelievable. I am horrible at social media.
So am I.
Horrible. I don't have the patience.
We founded the business. It's very simple. Just with 2 C's and 2 G's.
Yeah.
So communication, consistency, and then goals and gratitude.
Yeah.
And it's really worked.
I want to do a shout out to Zana and Olivier. They're the owners of Salon 300 in Boca Raton. Thank you very much for now carrying our products. They are carrying our massage oil and body butter. I was actually with them. Their 1-year anniversary at the salon on Saturday. I was there for about 6-7 hours. Sold product while I was there on behalf of them, and they were very, very happy. So again, Zana and Olivia, they're the owners of Salon 300 in Boca Raton. Fantastic salon. You can get your mani-pedi right to a haircut.
Small world. I get my hair cut there by Bonnie, and I get my nails done.
Oh, I met Bonnie, and look at that.
Yeah.
Well, when you walk in to the right, you'll see
I saw him last time
the product.
Right on the counter.
So
absolutely.
So we're very thankful for that, and Mr. Phil from philstockworld.com. Thanks again for being here. Also part of Hempoka. How's the stocks and what's the trend? What's going on with the Hempoka portfolio?
What's going on with the Hempoka portfolio? It's pretty flat. The market's been hasn't gone anywhere for the last month or so. We're going to make some adjustments, and I'm going to announce them. I think I'm not going to be here next week.
Oh, suspense.
All right. Well, we'll make the adjustments on the site. People can go to philstockworld.com/Hempoka and check out the portfolio. We're going to post some adjustments with a couple of things we're going to change. On the whole, today the market was down. The Dow was down 300 points a little earlier. I think it was down about 150 when we started the show. I'm not sure where it is at the moment. It's very rough. It depends on how the China trade deal works out on the whole, and whether we're expecting a pullback. And I don't expect there to be a China trade deal. And frankly, that's now the narrative because Trump went nuts yesterday and started banning stuff again. And they were all supposed to be getting together and negotiate this week. And
he's a big fan.
They start
I got you.
I'm a fan of order and sensibility.
Yeah.
So
I got you. No,
hard to be a fan of this particular film.
What about the cannabis industry? How are the stocks doing in that? I mean, I've seen them dump. They're plummeting left and right. And
there's several problems they have. First of all, the Canadian dollar's weak. Most of the cannabis stocks that are public are Canadian stocks.
Yeah.
So they're fairly weak, and the Canadian dollar is very weak to the U.S. dollar. So that's even if they make money, when you translate it to dollars, it doesn't look very exciting because it's in Canadian dollars. Good time to take a trip to Canada, though. Otherwise,
yeah.
Does that create any opportunity when they're kind of flat and?
The problem with the Canadian companies is they all had a business plan to take over the market in North America a few years ago. And they all raised billions of dollars to do it. And they all started producing and building facilities and such to supply. But even right now, if I grow pot legally in Florida, I can't bring it to Georgia. I can't, even if Georgia has legal pot.
You cross the state line.
Because you can't cross the state line with the pot. I have an operation in California, legally growing pot. Nevada has legal pot.
Yeah.
I have to set up an entire different operation in Nevada to grow pot, to process it, to produce gummies and such and edibles. It all has to be done in Nevada without ever leaving Nevada. In California, see, the waste is insane about, wasting production and everything else in capacity. That's a big problem. The nice thing about CBD is with the Farm Bill, the whole country is legal. And we're allowed to actually have a plant in one place that produces for the whole country, so we can make sure the quality is consistent and everything's consistent. It's very difficult to do that when every plant is different in each state. It's much harder to keep, because you can't consistently grow the same stuff or whatever. It's just many issues in doing that. So it's a very fragmented industry. Anyway, the bottom line, though, is there's no net advantage to Aurora Cannabis, for example, to being a $4 billion cannabis player, when once they get into Michigan, they're the same as Joe's Cannabis Shop. They have no net advantage to their size. Now, when the people invested in Aurora Cannabis, they assumed there was going to be a massive advantage, and then when Aurora Cannabis did go to Michigan, they would be the predominant player and they would be able to kick ass and so on and so forth. But there's no economies of scale. Okay, so it's like investing in McDonald's. But every McDonald's has to grow their own cows and have a butchery and so on and so forth and make the meat themselves. It's ridiculous. It just would never there'd be no advantage to being McDonald's if you had to do everything within your own state. And that's where you are here. So so all those stocks which were priced very high on expectations, because a lot of times when you look at Uber, right? When you have a public company, they're priced not based on what they're doing right now, but what you expect them to do over time. The problem with that for these cannabis companies is the expectations were way, way too high for what the reality of the situation is.
Well, I remember there was a period of time when this bill was supposed to come out, okay, and then there was like all this hype about like investing in cannabis stocks before the bill breaks. And they showed all these examples of what potentially happens in similar scenarios in other industries. What happened was nothing.
Yeah.
So it was like, who's like the puppet master here that is manipulating economies of scale to invest in something that, like you said, is so like self-contained per the state. So, like, if you look at it from that perspective, it's not really a great investment.
Well, look, conceptually, it's a great investment. It's like if you had to pick a winner in the liquor industry after Prohibition. There were 1,000 people
The one
making
with alcohol.
Yeah, but that's not true, though, is it?
No.
Here we are. Here we are, 100 years later, 80 years later, after Prohibition, and where are we? Okay, it's Anheuser-Busch is a winner. Seagram's is a winner. Things like that. Those are you know who the winners are. They're the ones that are still on the shelves. Meanwhile, though, what?
You have 1 minute.
Oh, I said. So meanwhile, though, 999 out of 1,000 of these guys went bust over the years.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where we are in the marijuana state. You're at the very early stages where most of these guys will not be around in 10 years. But the ones that will be around are going to be multi-billion-dollar companies.
Wow. Well, thanks, Phil. We appreciate it. From philstockwell.com. Anyone out there loves to trade or interested in learning how to trade, please go to philstockwell.com. It's an amazing website. It's got a lot of information there. This is the Hemp Boca Show, live from Delray Beach, Florida, and we'll be right back.
Experian Travel, a subsidiary of Cruise Planners Travel Advisor, is merely a selling agency and makes no warranty expressed or implied. Each cruise planners is individually owned and operated. Experian Travels and Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and a very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. Our travel advisors will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. We specialize in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation just for you.
Hemp Boca. Products of purest natural ingredients and providing a safe alternative method for relief from many symptoms, creating a healthier lifestyle without the use of opioids. Use Hemp Boca products for improved mental health and overall well-being. It's safe, legal, and non-psychoactive. Our pure and high-quality CBD is from clean industrial hemp, then extracted slowly over days to produce the strongest and most effective products on the market. Made in the U.S. with no synthetic ingredients. Committed to bringing our customers the highest grade CBD oil on the market. Our industrial hemp, it's organic with no solvents and pesticides, gluten-free, vegan, full spectrum, and third-party double lab tested. Our top priority is your health and wellness, and we are confident you will love our products and the amazing relief so you can enjoy the things you love to do. Try our products and start living a healthier lifestyle. Hemp Boca. Good health and good sense are two of life's greatest blessings.
Welcome back to the Hemp Boca Show, live from Delray Beach, Florida. We were just talking to Phil Davis from philstockworld.com and about the stocks and how they've just been plummeted, especially the cannabis industry. And anybody interested in our products, I can go to hempboca.com. All the information is there. We've got a THC line, no THC line. What I mean by THC line is that it's all derived from industrial hemp, not marijuana, people. So, but I want to touch base on. Well, first of all, Andrea, hello. We did a swap. Andrea is from Trump Slick Advantage as well. She is teams up with Ryan, who helps us with our Instagram page, and thank you. So how you been?
Good, doing really good.
And we appreciate your testimonial. That was heartfelt. We were floored by how you feeling using the massage oil, and even Ryan too as well. So we appreciate your genuine testimonial.
Yeah, well, we appreciate your products for sure.
So how you feeling? How's things going?
Good. Wrist is great. So knees are great. Everything's good.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, thanks for being on the show.
The rumor that you were running yesterday?
Possibly.
Oh, good.
I'm starting to get, good.
And I know you touched on your knees. How are your knees feeling? And since the last week, since you were here last.
Yeah, they're much better. So a lot more flexible. I did a light jog. I didn't run.
Yeah.
But I did 3 miles yesterday, so it was amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So, and, before I couldn't bend my knee to even, climb up on the bed or bend down, so.
Oh, great. It's great to hear.
It's been incredible.
So, the House passed this Banking Act, the Safe Banking Act, and this is to allow banks to provide funding, opening bank accounts, stuff in the cannabis industry without the fear of being penalized in any way, shape, or form for doing so. And I think that has a lot to do with, if I'm a bank and I approve you for, a bank or a checking account, and you start funneling money through your sales, I want to be sure that you're selling real CBD product, no chemicals, nothing that can kill or harm people, or you're not getting it from overseas. Sure. So there's a lot of, it's going to the Senate, which we all know that sometimes the Senate plays it's a little harder than the House, unfortunately today with the, we don't talk about politics, but I've got to say it's horrible. It's just horrible what's going on. But yeah, it easily passed the House, of course, but we all know there's going to be some pushback in the Senate, and we hope that at the end of the day, it does pass, because for Hemp Boca, it took a long time for us to find, a bank or a credit union, I should say, or even a payment gateway that accepts what we are called high-risk products or high-risk industry. That's what they describe the cannabis industry, and I understand to a point, but what is your take on it, Phil, as far as the whole banking industry and what what do you think? Why there's just so much hesitation on allowing funding of any sort to the product?
I think basically it's just taken this long since the Farm Bill passed. It's only passed a year ago, like a year ago in March or something like that. We passed the Farm Bill allowing CBD, and over that time there's been a basic confusion between CBD and marijuana products and THC products. THC products, you can't take the money. The banks have had a federal issue, and they couldn't spend their time making the distinction between who's selling pot and who's selling CBD. So they said, we're not getting involved in any of that crap.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. They don't want it because it was federally illegal to do anything with the marijuana industry because it wasn't a federal product. But now they're exempted. The great thing for the pot industry is they're exempting the pot now also.
Yeah.
So THC-based companies can now also bank, and that's fantastic. And of course, it will actually pass the Senate because bankers want the money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much it kills them to see billions of dollars being
I
shoved
know.
into mattresses and things?
Oh, I know.
You can't put it in.
But now,
Or even worse, credit unions.
Yeah.
But this we don't say much about it. I know we talked about it every now and then, but every time I read articles, I always think about how it's going to create jobs for people. Because when you have that opportunity to bank money, or you have more to do with it instead of mattress money. I mean, there's so many companies. There are stories out there where people were literally doing deals in suitcases, of cash, or keeping them keeping them locked up in a safe in their offices. We're talking millions of dollars.
Yeah, even in the legal marijuana business, you cannot. It's difficult. You can go to a credit union, but it's difficult. Money that came in on the weekend at a dispensary had to be stuffed in a giant safe, and then on Monday you walk around with like a couple of $1 million to bring to the bank. That's a little nuts.
I'm look forward to when everybody's starting to when they start doing their tax returns. You can't tax. What are you going to put on there? You have a whole millions of dollars in cash laying around.
Actually, the IRS doesn't care what you do as long as you declare it.
It makes sense.
You can literally say sold 2 million pounds of heroin, $50 million or whatever, and then as long as you pay your taxes, the IRS is like, we don't give a crap.
We don't care.
And as you can see from Donald Trump, they do not turn it over. So it doesn't matter what kind of horrible stuff you've done, the IRS, in theory, is never going to tell anybody.
Yeah.
But God forbid you don't pay your tax on your horrible things, that's when they'll get you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a struggle. We're actually, we've touched on the payment gateway that we have now. It's a really unique system. We put on this. We teamed up with this company where it adds an extra security feature. So when you are purchasing products from Hempoka, you go through, your typical shipping and information, but then it redirects you to another screen where you put in your cell phone number, and it sends you a 4-digit code. So it's an extra, verification process, because there are a lot of unfortunate things going on out there with unauthorized charges in the cannabis industry and stuff. So I found, this company, and it's actually some very good feedback. In addition, we were talking about income levels, buying products at Walmart and stuff, but people out there, they really want as best as they can, best quality, but they can't afford it.
Right.
It comes with a payment plan for the consumer. So a customer can buy, if they wanted to buy this $37, massage oil, they can do it in 4 payments if they want. The great thing about it is it's free to them. There's no interest, no charges, but also we ship it out right away as soon as they make their payment. We don't wait until they make their second, third, fourth payment. So they have the option. So, we really are trying to accommodate everyone out there with all different types of budget levels so they can have access to great quality product. Mm-hmm. But the reason why I was bringing that up is because twofold. One, for now, thank God that we were able to find banking, a credit union, and the payment gateway. I know this is not something you guys are experiencing, but for us in selling the products,
I think it's amazing. And when y'all were talking about Walmart, they came out with essential oils, and I remember I was one of those that I went to Walmart and bought my essential oils. Then they came out with, oh no, you need to buy quality, and then I'm like, oh yeah, probably. Sorry, Ryan, that's why you have asthma. So that's why I love this. because it gives, it doesn't matter, what it is that you do. When you have an option to make a payment, you can absolutely get quality and not just have to go to Walmart or a gas station or, because it's not the same thing.
And who are you using for that funding? In other words, so people understand, your company's funding them or footing the bill, or you have someone that goes?
No, the
Credit card processing.
the processing company
Like a merchant.
backs us up.
Gotcha.
It's a great, and I got to, we're actually working out an opportunity where to advertise for them. So eventually I'll, mention them in the details. But I will say this though, when we were approved and up and running on our website, one of the owners called me and didn't realize that we were actually the first U.S. company to use this service. It was a new service that they launched internally. They didn't disclose that in the beginning. I just went through the typical application process. I was pretty proud of that because now they're using Hemp Boca as kind of a beta testing, so to speak, go-to about our experience, ourselves, customers' experience. So we're able to, collaborate and give ideas. Like I was on the phone with the guy yesterday, just giving ideas and pointers of how they can improve their internal system or this particular program. And I think it's great. I have no idea, but it's working out very well.
The whole is it the whole shopping cart that the consumer gets? Like if I wanted the shampoo and conditioner and the
you can buy
facial
$1,000 worth of product, right?
Okay.
And
Please do.
and you can split it up in 4 different payments.
Okay.
And you'll get your product immediately, just normal 3 to 5 business day turnaround time. But the great thing about it, you get 2 emails that are emailed to you. One is to thank you for your purchase, and the other one is to welcome you to your new account and gives you a temporary password. So you go in, you log in, and you create your password. And in there, you have an option. You can go ahead and make leave it the way it is, or you can just go in at any time and make your full payment and close it out. You can change your credit card if you want, update your personal information. But then you have a history too. You can always log back in and have a history of what you purchased before.
That's
so
nice.
you can share that with friends and family. So if the massage oil is what helped you, you're like, well, I forgot. There's a way to go back and reference.
We need to have that information for the office.
So yeah, it is fantastic.
Because I've noticed if they buy the beauty products, they're buying the whole system.
They will do that.
But that gets a little pricey if you added all the systems. But
Yeah,
then
if
you
you
do that every 90
exactly.
days.
It's
To your
amazing.
point, you have a regimen, right? You get the massage and the body butter; they do go together. We have customers that are using both, and so if you want to buy both of them, you're upwards of $100 or so, but it's okay. You pay $25.
Sure.
And
I mean,
you
you
still
would
get
get
your
more
product.
people, I was just saying to Phil, at that point of sale right there.
Yeah.
They will do that and then we'll make it, could I put
Yeah.
$60 out for
So that's another thing,
Yeah.
with our Instagram and our social media, we really want to push this out,
Sure.
to customers, to let them know
I
that.
think this company's going to do very well with it because, the average American doesn't. I think that for emergencies, if something comes up, the average American only has like $500 set aside for a day-to-day emergency.
Right.
And if this becomes a prevalent thing that people know they can always quickly get a quick credit to lay something out over
Yeah.
what is it, 4 months or something?
It's up to 4 months, and I want to do a shout out
that's
to
a really nice service.
to John, who's our rep, and one of the owners behind this company. He actually told me last night that he's been getting. We're the first CBD company, so that means we're the first CBD business to use it. Well, he was getting inquiries from other CBD company owners. So what he was doing is actually using hempboca.com as his go-to website to test to showcase the product, and we actually had an increase in sales in the last week, and ultimately realized that some of them were from these potential prospects for him, but customers that wanted to try the system. But it worked very well.
I mean, I could see that. Have John contact us. I could see that not only for products, but for medical services. People that want to come and get medical services.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That's what I'm
wanna
saying. A lot of
see it.
people, if they need something done,
Sure.
it's a quick, boom credit. So if it's an emergency and you need something done, being able to lay it out over 4 months is unbelievably helpful.
Fantastic idea. And even if you you're on the edge, like it's not an emergency, but you want to have that service
Yeah.
or that product.
Or
You'll
Christmas.
think about it. Exactly.
As a gift.
Yeah.
Either, from what I understand.
Correct.
Need that
No,
information.
Correct.
automatic.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, it's all automatic. Correct.
Most definitely.
There's a couple,
Yes.
couple things I want to mention, and we're really excited. My cousin, Joe Mignon, he has a podcast called A Guy Thing, and we're always, loving to death. How are you, Joe? And we always bounce ideas off on how we can improve our Hemp Boca show and also his podcast. But he's doing very, very well. And we were able to partner with him in a sense that we're going to be having. Be able to sponsor some of his shows. So we're luckily to sponsor a show that's coming up. We will be mentioning the actor's name. He's from The Bronx Tale, also Sopranos, and he's doing a shout out to Hemp Boca, and also so we're going to be some collaboration there. We're really excited about that.
Very excited.
And I do want to give a shout out to a couple. His name is Keith and Priscilla. They live in Texas. They own a company called Ivy Rose. They actually are the creators or own the patents of the two of the first CBD products that you use in the bedroom. So, but yeah, seriously though.
Is that how you're describing it?
Yeah, well, that conservatively.
We're gonna leave it at that.
My daddy's watching, and I think no,
That
but
was appropriate.
yeah, but you gotta.
They were actually guests on a previous show. So go to our website and read all and hear all about it.
Can you elaborate
But
on that, please?
yeah.
No,
I want to do a shout out to them because they, like us, they the way they started their company is how Gene and I started Hemp Boca. Then of course with Phil coming on board, we're so blessed to have you, Phil. But they are doing so well. They have a number of media outlets that have just exploded their product, which resulted in enormous sales. And so I wanted to do a shout out. I talked to Priscilla today, and so you got to go. Anybody interested? These are incredible products. They're called Liquid Pleasure, and the new one's Liquid Arouse for the men.
Wow.
And it's Ivy Rose PCP.com. That's P in Paul, C as in Chris. P as in Paul.com. So Ivy Rose PCP.com. You've got to go to the website. Try out their products. Amazing. They're doing extremely well. We're so grateful for you guys, and I just wanted to share that with everybody. So, but we are coming up to the end of the show, and I wanted to do a roundtable final intro. Phil Davis from philstockwell.com.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You are intelligent as always. Loved hearing about the stocks and what's going on with the cannabis industry. And thank you. You created the Hemp Boca portfolio without even us asking for it. We really appreciate you willing to do that for us. We love you.
Sure.
We love you, and we thank you for all your support with Hemp Boca. And Dr. Bouger and Jesse, introduce yourselves again. Where you're located. Go ahead, Jess. I
Dr.
don't.
Bouger, Jesse's with me. She's my sidekick. We are at 9033 Glades Road, Suite C in Boca Raton, Florida, West Boca. We do chiro, acupuncture, physical therapy, massage, all that wonderful stuff, and we actually give you love when you come and see us.
Yes, they do.
And we sell Hemp Boca products.
And
Yes, we do.
and Dr. Bouger and Jesse has been nice enough to be a part of the Hemp Boca show once a month. So we're so grateful to have you. You give so much light on a different perspective in using CBD. You as being a doctor, and Jess, the sidekick as well, running the show over there. We appreciate it. And again, thank you for carrying our products. And Andrea.
I'm from Chum Slick Marketing Advantage with Ryan Kostecki.
Yeah.
So you can visit us at www.chumslickadvantage.com. We do Instagram and pretty much anything else.
Yes, they are fantastic people with social media. Any of you, I don't care if you're using anyone now or you're looking, you've got to go to their website. You've got to reach out to them. They work together. They're in tandem with each other. They're always available or accessible. Very professional. So, we appreciate both of you very much for what you've done for our social media. And so thanks. And Jean, I know you're probably sleeping because it's 2:30 in the morning over there in Thailand. We miss you, and we wish you the best over there. And I'll see you soon in probably about a week. We've got a business opportunity out there. Thanks to Jean for that, and is moving forward. And Phil, I know you're helping with that too as well. We really appreciate it very much. And this is the Hemp Boca Show. Again, we're here every Tuesday, 2:30 to 3:30, live from Delray Beach. Follow us on Instagram, BalanceMe, BALENZ me, and also Facebook at Hemp Boca. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
You.
Experian Travel, a subsidiary of Cruise Planners Travel Advisor, is merely a selling agency and makes no warranty expressed or implied. Each cruise planners is individually owned and operated. Experian Travels and Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and a very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. Our travel advisors will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. We specialize in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation just for you.
The views and opinions expressed on the Hemp Boca Show are those and the guests and audience, and are not those of the host, this station, media platforms, its management. The Hemp Boca Show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Any information related to CBD products providing during the show are not intended to treat, diagnose, prevent, or cure, or make any medical claims. Before using CBD, Gene and Chris recommend you seek advice from a medical professional. Keep all CBD products away from children. Women who are pregnant, trying, or breastfeeding should not use CBD or hemp products unless instructed by your medical doctor. Hemp Boca's products are made in the USA from an FDA-registered facility that also carries the GMP, Good Manufacturing Practices, Organic, and ISO, International Standards Organization certificates. To access lab reports, visit www.hempboca.com. You must be 18 years or older to purchase product from Hemp Boca.